Dr. Emerson,
Yes, Regina.
now that you're on board as the leadership team's physician champion, we'll need to start identifying some of the other team members. The goal is to eliminate central line-associated bloodstream infections, and I think with the right team, we can do it.
Well, I agree, Regina. Please call me Tom. Well, we talked about bringing Jerry Evans on as our infection prevention expert, and Jerry will be able to give us all the latest infection rate data and help educate us about evidence-based best practices, not to mention helping us to understand just how serious these infections are in terms of morbidity and mortality.
Yeah, I think Jerry will be a great addition. In fact, I've already reached out to him. And we need a staff nurse who can work by the bedside and a unit clerk who can make the CLABSI checklist available in all of the charts. Am I missing anyone else?
Have you thought about who might be the most effective senior executive?
You know what? A couple of days ago, I was at a nurse managers meeting and Ellen Harris was there. She's the nurse manager who led the catheter-associated UTI collaborative in the intermediate units. She just raved about Joe Williams. She said that despite him being so busy as the VP of Clinical Services, he personally invested time and energy into their project.
You know, I've worked with Joe on a few endeavors, and it's true that he is highly motivated. I think we need him to be our senior executive partner on this project.
Great. I will schedule a meeting as soon as possible. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hey.
Hey.
Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for your time.
Sure.
I've heard about the great work you did on the catheter-associated UTIs, and I want to tell you about the work we're planning in the ICU and see if we could get your help too.
Thanks very much. You know, the clinical team really did all the work, but I'd be happy to hear what you have to say.
I know from Ellen that the UTI infection rates in the intermediate unit were among the highest in the hospital. But with your help, they've made a lot of progress in decreasing the infections. So our struggle in the ICU is central line-associated bloodstream infections.
Yes, Jerry Evans in infection prevention said that over 40,000 bloodstream infections strike hospital patients with central lines each year.
Yes, that's a huge number. Now, and I'm very sad to say that in our own hospital, we've had one death over the last 6 months from this. And she was a 15-year-old girl, and hers was a totally preventable death.
I think I remember that case. And I completely agree. We can't tolerate inflicting harm on our patients.
That's why I'm here today.
How can I help?
I understand that you were able to meet with the UTI team on a regular basis, and you also were able to help find all of the resources they needed to support their project.
Okay. I can make sure to visit the ICU regularly like I did with the UTI team. The biggest problem that they ran into was having time to collect data and making sure that all the team members got to a meeting. Ellen, the nurse manager, and the charge nurses came up with a way to work it out without accumulating overtime. I'm sure your team has its own challenges in ICU, but I'd be more than happy to help out.
Oh, thank you, Joe. Thank you. Yeah, one of our challenges is working with IT to generate a daily goals checklist that the team can use. Is that something you think you can help us with?
I think I can help you with that. I'll set up a meeting with IT.
Thank you. Thank you for all of your hard work. I'm thrilled to tell you that Joe Williams, the VP of Clinical Services, will be joining our team as the senior executive partner. This means that he'll be available to us on a regular basis and will help us solve some of the problems that we've been facing. He's interested now in learning how we work on our unit and hearing some of the challenges that we identified using the staff safety assessment.
Hello, everyone. I'm very excited about joining the team, and I'm happy to sit in and help identify and resolve quality improvement and patient safety issues.
Thank you, Joe. Now, we've made a lot of progress, but I also know that we've had some tough issues arise. So while we've got you here, let's just take a moment and go around the room and share some of the challenges that we uncovered using the staff safety assessment. Who wants to go first?
I will.
Yeah, great. Oh, it's great to see you all here again. There's been a lot of work done over the last 3 months, and I just want to thank you all for your work. Thank you. Just so that we're all on the same page, let's just take a moment to recap what we've done. Tom, do you mind saying a few words about the issue of the medical staff? Our problem was that they were not on board.
Sure. You know, after one of our meetings, I went and had a talk with Dr. Meyer, the chief of staff. I gave him our checklist as well as our unit's CLABSI data, and also showed him CLABSI data from other units that had implemented a checklist and other elements of the prevention bundle. Dr. Meyer was then able to present the data to the rest of the physician group at a medical staff meeting. I can tell you that they did not like to see our data compared with the data of other units that had not had an infection in over a year. I think that Joe's presence and support and asking the physicians what the hospital could do to help really made the difference. Joe stepped up and said this is a priority for our patients and for our hospital, and we really needed the physicians to be on board. And they got on board.
That's great. Thank you. Thank you.
I agree. It's good news. Now that our docs are on board, they're asking the nurses to help them with a checklist. They're much more concerned now with making sure everything is handled properly, and we appreciate that.
I don't want to speak too soon, but we haven't had a single central line associated bloodstream infection in the past 2 months.
Excellent. See, our aim is to do no harm here. We could not make this progress without each and every one of you on the team.
And we're making great progress. And I'm learning a lot by being a member on this team. Shall we revisit the list of issues that staff identified and we prioritized a few months ago? It seems that staff identified a number of important opportunities to improve.
Yes, thank you, Joe. That is one of the things on the agenda today, to look at the list and to select the next target for improvement. So let's do that now.